Ladies and gentlemen, what we've all been anticipating this evening, what we've all been waiting for, one of the greatest poets and performers in the world today, Amiri Baraka. Warm welcome for Mr. Baraka.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me? I can't see you. Okay. And thank you for inviting me here to Sarasota, where I have a few dangerous friends living anonymously. I won't call their names because I don't want them to get busted just yet. I'm going to do a few things. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, and, oh, Jesus, thank you. I mean, somebody has actually heard about it. Well, and my son is running for city council. You can send money if you want to do that. But thank you for inviting me here. We are a city, like you are, struggling to be in this country and to make it better and to remove all the corrupt and backward and ignorant forces that are making us live less than we should. You know what I'm talking about. You know, the Japanese had a form they call the haiku. You're hip to that. Right, right. Well, I invented a form, Afro-American form, called the loku. It's like got different, you know, rules. The one thing is short. I'm gonna do it. This is called the New Testicle, and I just wrote this. The New Testicle. The first thing we got to get, said the devil to the latest peddler of his soul, is a much larger needle and a much smaller camel. Amen. This is, I'm just trying to hip you to some of the finer things. These are very, this is called dead letter. If you claim to understand everything no one else does, then your isolation will be enforced. I mean, you ain't got to lie, but you got to stop talking so much. Class gas for those who knows. Since the rich eat more than anybody else, it is reasonable to assume that they are more full of shit. That was a sociological poem. The Pet's Reward. On Miss Daisy's deathbed, she told Morgan Freeman he was her best friend. So what about the dog? Consequences. What is politically correct to the slave is absurd to the master. This is called, well, y'all knew that anyway. This is called nakedology. Imagine believing that you gave birth to your mother. Imagine you thought your Johnson was a snake that could talk. Imagine apples in Africa. Animal scientist. Have you ever looked up at the buildings, then looked up at the sky? Before fortune was money. Finally, everything points to the people and things we understand. Understanding is a point of view if you look. Understanding is a point of view if you look. What looks down from that point, if it is the sun, okay. If you see it, better. If you don't, okay. But for instance, and there you go across the sea to be with the devil. The preparation for pain is minimal. For joy, a lifetime. Is that fair? We ask. Is that fair? You mean a fee, a circus, or white people? Monday in B flat, I can pray all day and God won't come. But if I call 911, the devil be here in a minute. So that's my local. So the next time anybody asks you about a local, said I knew a local poet. Solitary confinement, and all day I was whistling this, all the train's music. You're in solitary by yourself, you're whistling all this stuff, like this. You'd be doing that all day. Scream on, train on, scream, history, love, train. Begin on by a Philly nightclub or the basement of a colored church. Walk the bars, my man, for pay. The nightclub's the bloody, Lord. Scream, history, love. Rabbit, clean head diz, big Maybell trees in the shining night forest. Love. Alcohol we submit to thee, 3 X's consume our lives, while livers click on your poison its eyes, roll back in stupidness. The Navy, the Lord, niggas, the streets all converge, a shitty symphony of screams to come, dazzled, invective, honk, 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 I am here to love. Hey, let me be fire mystery. Air, feed of beauty, honk, oh, scream, miles come. Hit banging, all right. Sum up life in the slick street part of the world. Oh, blow if you could, nigga, man. Miles would stand back and negative check. Oh, he doesn't train. The train clawed at the limits of cool. He slandered insanity with his trying to be more enraging shit. Oh, yeah, go do it. Honk, scream, yeah. Love, blue clip moments of intense feeling. Train blows along. Screaming niggas drop out of your solos. Bohemian Nights, the heavyweight champ, smacked him in the face. His eyes sad like a spent dick. Hot valves escape the metal cone of the soul. Fucking saxophone. Tell us shit. Tell us. There was nothing left to do but be where Monk could find that crazy motherfucker. Don't, don't. Beethoven, and even Duke, who was giving America its hit tongue. They checked, they checked. Trained, stood, and dumped that crazy monk shit. Street gospel, intellectual, mystical, survival codes, intellectual, street gospel, funk modes, tickling, put downs, and dumb shit. Pink, pink, cool, bam, groove, no air rep. Oh, why I'm here, why I ain't quiz you, you how much? Blue Cooper 5 spot was the world busting on piano, bass, drums, and rhythm. This was Coltrane's college, a PH motherfucking D. Sits at the feet and elbows and the funny grin of Master T. Spear. Too cool to be a genius, he was instead theologous. Conrad Shadow and Thugs, Dirk Wilbur, who hipped us to electric futures, and the monster with the horn. From the endless sessions, the money lord hovers over us. Capitalism beats our ass, dope and juice won't change your train. Train flow up like scream blow. Then came down the ugly streets of us. Inside the head and tongue of us, a man, black blower of the now, protecting us from all sorts of slavery, rid us of. But Charlie Parker, he got absolute super sane screams against reality, course through him as sound, as sound. Yes, it says, this is now you screaming, recognize the truth. Recognize reality, even check me, train who blows you. Electric wind find us finally on red records of the history of ourselves. The cadre came together. The inimitable four who blew the pulse of then exact. Flame, the confusion, the love of whatever the fuck there was to love. Yes, yes, it says. Blow, oh, come, scream, blow. Oh. Fire. Wow! Malcolm X. Black art. Love. History. Of the bar tops of Philly. And the monkish column express. And the cool grottos of Miles Davis. Funny timers. Be reality alive, devotion, inflamed to change. You know it to change. All you reactionaries listening to this, fuck you, kill you, get out. Jimmy Garrison, bass. McCoy Tyner, piano. Kevin Marble, Elvin Jones. The drum. The number itself. The precise saying heart beat. And he was dead. They said. And yet, last night I played meditations, and it told me what to do. Live, you crazy motherfucker, live! Organize your shit that's rightly burned. My grandmother used to tell me, you know, I was one of those kids in the 40s, that's how old I am, with a key around my neck, you know. And I come in like, you know, kind of disheveled, and my grandmother used to say, you've been out there with them heathens. So I thought it was like a gang or something, you know. But then when I got older, I discovered that heathens control the whole world. So if you know something, report it at once. Freedom Jazz. So this is called Heathens. Heathens. One, they ugly on purpose. Two, they get high on berries.
At lynchings, heathens wear white tie, informal hood and robe. In this frenzied ritual, they confirm the superiority of their capture. Heathens state fascism is civilization, and that they are superior to humans, and that humanity has been physical. To understand that, can you? I mean, really? Can you really think what it means? It's like monsters roaming the earth. Instinct to live, to know no better. Like wild animals might sing or make a sound some way that might pretend, imitate a human cry. The sweet rationality of love. That is the art of it. That it exists. Carries with it so many complexities, even that craziness, but then aesthetics is connected to the real, the deadliness of that ugliness, or uncomprehended smoothness, the technology of predatory creatures who feed our flesh, who shit on the tender aspirations of human evolution because they have no concept humanity. Except as that natural yell. They can see in some hour reflection what that might be. It took that kind of vision for them to understand the use of religion in a changing world. To clothe themselves in the modest trappings of early Christianity. Having murdered its people. Having murdered its prophets. Tragedy's own nickname. When Oedipus post-colonus reached the West, he had become more sophisticated. He swore he would never again have sexual relations with his mother. But even before he started raping everybody else's, the slaves called him a lame motherfucker. That's oral history. The people's last will and testament. Most people's lives will never really change. They will never have much money. Most of us will always be poor. Most will never be able to read. We will always live in a slum. We will always be in debt. A lot of us will go to jail. A lot of us will have children that go to jail. A lot of our children will be murdered. A lot of our children will be murdered. Most of us will never have enough to eat. Most will never cars. And our clothes will always be old. Our jobs will be something we wish we did not have to do. We have jobs. Our whole lives will be overlaid with struggle, depression, anxiety, ignorance, frustration. Most will never even understand democracy and certainly will never receive it. And this is the way it will always be with us. This is the way it will always be with us. This is the way it will always, this will always, you will never be free. You will never be free. You'll never be free. Get the book of T on ACT. You'll never be free. This is the way it will always be with us. Unless we make revolution. This is the way it will always be with us. You will never be free. You will never be free. You will always be exploited. Unless we make revolution. You'll always be on your knees. You'll always be begging these rich people for the right to live. You'll always be like that with us. Children, begging houses falling down, you don't have enough money. Starving geniuses. Our whole lives will be overlaid with struggle and oppression, anxiety, ignorance, and frustration. Most will never even understand democracy, and certainly will never receive it. Never. Even you white people will never receive it. You don't even know what it is. This is the way it's always going to be with us, unless we make revolution. This is the way it will always be. Unless we make grow argument funds. Unless we create an alternative split production to the one we got. You know, our newspapers, not theirs. Our movies is not theirs. Our newspapers, our publishing, not theirs. Not that 6.1% on the land and the water and the sky. Because otherwise, we're going to be in pain for the rest of our days. Our children are going to be in pain. Why? Because you won't make revolution. Because you won't organize yourself. Study this scientifically. You can't make a car go if it stops. That's what you call it days.
everything we don't understand is explained in art. The sun beats inside us. The spirit courses in and out of us. A circling translucency, pumping Detroit red inside, deep through us, like a sea. X, X, X. And who calls us bitter has bitten us. And from that wound pours Malcolm, little by little. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, if you please. You know, some people are so backwards, you got to call their name backwards to conjure up their personality. You know what I'm saying? I hear the gentle voices calling. So this is for my man, Thomas Clarence. I hear the gentle voices calling Thomas Clarence. Ask these knees if there's a Negro attached to them. Ask these knees who they belong to and how long they've been here, pinned to the ground. These knees can talk, child. First time I seen knees talk. But these knees can talk. These knees can cry. These knees can even lie. Only knees had a program on TV. Only knees married to a pornography of naked nuns. The only knees can exist without anybody, without no legs or thighs or feet or anything. These are the only knees that can exist independent of anything, completely by themselves, autonomous. These are self-made knees. Prosperous knees, proud knees, shiny knees. These knees are called knees grows. Just a closer walk with thee, granted Jesus, if you please. These are self-made knees. These are prosperous knees, proud knees, shiny knees, called knees grows. Like I said, these knees be on television. They own show. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm just reading some other stuff. It's called First Light. The earth is not completely fit for human habitation. Animals rule most of the nations. So like the monkey, to get away from animals, he leaped up in a tree. Imagine the music as your thoughts. You can see. Imagine the music as yours. Imagine you exist as beautiful as the music. I grow inside the out. Tell me something. Tell me you know both of us. Imagine the music is yours and tells you where to go. The stairs, the stars, the old songs, whistles in the staggering dark. I want to climb up in the tree to get away from animals. I want to be free. Look up at the sky, she said. Look up in the sky. Meanwhile, here I is, was, will, the song, signifying, they called it, from the translation of their growls. If they only knew, but they couldn't. If they only blew, but they had no souls yet. How I had dug, and then got serious, and then plotted to go out past that. Train, 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 we screamed. And it was jagged, blue, and exploding. But we went with it. Now we gone. I'm just, like keeping myself amused, to tell you the truth. You have to do that when you're on the road all the time, if you start boring yourself, you really ain't gonna make it. I want to do a couple of poems. Ancient music, the main thing to be against is death. Everything else is a chump. It's my loku. I like to do that. Craziness, this is called loku. Craziness is no act. Not to act is craziness. This is called In the Funk World. If Elvis Presley is king, who is James Brown? God? Say what? Americana, they hate the idea of love and disconnect it from power and intellect by claiming only 5 senses and sex. Well, think about it for a minute, If there is, this is called remote footnote. If there is no heaven, then we understand who wrote the Bible, a grand achievement considering he was falling through space at the time. That might be considered an atheistic poem. I'm just searching around. Then we're going to go back to our agreed program. Sometime I like to, just surprise myself. Oh, no, I don't want to put down the church again. That would be bad. Okay, if you insist. This is a poem. This is an old poem. This is about Newark, but it's about everybody who thinks they're artists. Revelation in Brick City. That's what they call Newark, Brick City. Revelation in Brick City. Sometime on the street, the dark begins to bite you. If you stand and try to think, why would dark bite? But then, if you take it like it is and look around, clockers slanting, drunk bro ranting, humanity scantly recognizing its beginnings under the madness of insanity, white America always been for us. But try this. If you can, if you ain't where the thugs have ran, translate your feelings into understanding and walk with that. Keep it safe and wake up with that in your mind in the morning. Then work with that. You can write me a note, but work with that. And describe yourself in that blunt mirror of actual spiritual embezzlement. You can talk out loud to yourself and accuse all and kill all and return like Count Basie from Monte Cristo one more time. As it be, you dig? As it be. Try that. Thank you very much. I think it's time for us to take it out. Okay, we're going to do this poem, if I can find it. That parts of it. Anyway, we're going to do parts of it. This is a long poem on the history of the Afro-American people in this country, and it's called Whys. Jimmy Baldwin said that to me one time. If you keep asking why? I said, well, if you keep asking why, you might get wise. All in wise.
Africa, go back, black, see yourself, touch yourself, move yourself. Africa, see yourself, know yourself, touch yourself, move yourself. Africa, beautiful, ain't you? My God. Creator of the human being, the music, the drama, the city. Africa! Sister made her a slave. When you put your hand on your brother, made him a slave, and watch out, Africa, the ghost will get you. Watch out, Africa, the ghost will get you. How did I get here on my back in the dark? Wind and water rushing through my ears, and they get me on my back in the dark. Watch out, Africa, the ghost will get you. Nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows my sorrow. If you ever find yourself somewhere lost and surrounded by enemies who won't let you speak in your own language, who destroy your statues and instruments, who ban your boom, boom, ba, boom, you're in trouble. Deep trouble. They ban your boom, boom, ba, boom, you in deep trouble. Probably take you several hundred years to get out. Be
Maiden voyage, then maiden voyage. This is a poem for Joe and Sandy Early, who's sitting in the audience, old friends of mine. They know the situation. This is from this book, Wise. It's called YMCA, number 35. We talked all the time. As spirits, we were allowed, and watched the different primates in their turns and elegant twists. We caught the rising virus, like a style of neon murders, a calm blood washing upward. Between giggles and drunk laughter, wisdom hit the walls and ceiling. Windows closed if open, opened if closed. It was never quiet. No familiarities were permitted. The good guys sat and watched the door. The wizards crawled from 14th Street to the outer crust. Colors and rain, the well-dressed, well-spoken, the poverty-stricken, the lonely, the important maniacs. They were singing through their noses and fingers. Everybody was a headline. A massacre that could not be a revelated guerrilla. These were rich people and heroes. The stink was not stink, the garbage not really garbage. If you could bend concrete and hang like the high tin of drunken rapists, applause would rock and roll you in your dreams. Awards could be coughs, hands reaching, poetry of climaxes, proposed, crippled weasels I knew and sang a song for the airplane underground. Not to be subjective. A heart full of dashes, no opening through backs exploding in their dreams. It is not enough to witness. You are somewhere anyway, and you won't sweat. Riding through the valley, Sunday's coldness, a hole in summer, a red dark ball pasted over with notes. But picture the Temps, dew-walking, clean among black waves. Picture a blinding whiteness like Cab Calloway's shoes. The nigger computers bluely reporting, ghosted, 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 ghosted. Who are cannibals? Ghosted. Who are cannibals? We ponder for the trillionth time the madness of the gods. Ghosted, ghosted, ghosted. There are 40 of these in this book, wise. Some of it in this translucency. Why 40? You know, 40 days and 40 nights. Moses was 40 when he came to consciousness. The Jews was in the desert 40 years. Christ came back 40, you know, and he split. Took 40 days to get from Europe over there, and you know, the triangular trade. And of course, when they tricked us into thinking we was Americans, it was supposed to be 40 acres and a mule. You know what I'm saying? 40. This is called Lord Ha-Ha as Pygmy. It's from Miles Davis. It's number 37, Miles. Miles. Miles say, so what? We was here before God. We invented him. Invented him. We was here before God. We was here before God. We invented him. Why? 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 What was here before God? We invented him.
Why? That's a good goddamn question. Why? Why? It's a good goddamn question.
He was here before God. We invented him.
Why? Keep asking why. You might get wise.
There's a poem for you, Miles. Lord Haha as Pygmy. This is number 39 of Wise Call. So the king sold the farmer. So the king sold the farmer. It's number 39. Subtext, angels and demons at play. Sun Ra. This is Equinox. John Coltrane. So the king sold the farmer. The ghost. Ghost. Watch out for the ghost! Ghost get you, ghost. Watch out for the ghost. So the king sold the farmer to the ghost. Watch out for the ghost. Ghost get you, ghost. Watch out for the ghost. In bitter darkness screams sharpness of smells, and sees black voice wails in the death-filled darkness. Their bodies diseased beneath intoxicated floors, or seas shudder afraid it's turned to blood. The bodies they will in death's skull to Lionel Hampton. Ghost. Look out for the ghost! Ghost is have us. Chains is be with, dying is caught, sea mad, maniac, drunken, killing sea. Ghost! Ghost! The chains and the chains and the chains, the chains and dark, the chains and dark, the chains and dark, dark and dark, the chains and dark, the chains and dark and dark and dark. If there was night, the chains and dark and dark and dark. If there was light, it meant a ghost. Rotting family we. Ghost Day 3. A people flattened and chained. A people flattened and chained and bathed and degraded in their own hysterical waste. Below, beneath, underneath, deep down, up under, grave, cave, pit, lower and deeper, weeping miles below skyscraper gutters. Woo! Woo!
blue blood hole into which blueness is the terror. Blue blood hole into which blueness is the terror. Massacre, torture, an original Western Holocaust. Slavery, 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 slavery. We were slaves. We were slaves. We were slaves. We were slaves. Slave. We were slaves. 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 Slave. We were slaves. Slave. We were slaves. We were slaves. 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 They threw our lives away. Slaves! They threw our lives away. They threw our lives away. Beneath the violent philosophy of primitive cannibals. Primitive, violent, steam-driven cannibals. At the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, there's a railroad made of human bones. They're slaves, slaves. They threw our lives away. There is no one that does not understand that slavery is wrong for them. Number 40 called Why the Link Will Not Always Be Missing. Think of slavery as education. Why the link will not always be missing? Think of slavery as